Hey guys, it's Kyle here with Gnarly Knives, and I don't know, you might have guessed from the title name there. I want to start something a little different here on the channel. What I want to start doing is like a series of sorts, and I just want to call it. It'll just be Let's Talk, and then whatever I want to talk about. It could be sharpening, or one thing I was thinking is I'd love to do some like Let's Talk benchmade, or Let's Talk Spyderco or Colds or whoever. Just knives that or companies. I have a bunch of their knives, and I've used them for a long time, and just have more of a discussion about the company itself and the products in general that I have anyway, versus just specific reviews. Today's going to be more of talking about this new series. I'm going to carve a pipe while I do it. I'm going to do it also with using the benchmade puuko, the 200. I'll probably talk about the knife a little bit. Just anybody who's like curious, but it's not really going to be about the knife itself or even the carving. It's just figured it'll be a good, thing to do just while, and going to talk about the knife a little bit. Because this knife, I've had it for close to a year now, but I haven't really used it that much. Just when I first got it, I think I carved a pipe or a spoon with it, and then sharpened it, just messing around, whatever. It was one of the first knives when I started really kind of getting into doing mirror polishes. So I threw a mirror on it, and then put it in the sheath, and just kind of went in the collection. And it, especially with fixed blades, because pocket knives I carry all the time. Even the ones I don't carry as often, a lot of times they get used more than blades, like fixed blades I have that I don't really get to use as often. I used to do a lot more carving and stuff, but then, just stuff starting the channel and getting into like axes kind of stuff, so I'm having to use larger tools, not just knives. And I want to start going back in that direction. I did a carving video a couple months ago on this channel. I'd like to start doing more, maybe more pipe ones. It was a pipe review, pipe carving video, but, maybe doing some, either tutorials. You do a knife, a Let's Talk about carving. But basically, that's just kind of what my thoughts are on it. I just thinking it would be something to, instead of just always doing reviews and stuff like that, I want to do more, have more variety and such in the videos. And I just think that would be kind of interesting. It might help kind of break it up a bit, so it's not just, just all I do is just reviews. I want to do more than that. Especially having the outdoors part of the name in the channel, Gnarly Knives, Gear, and Outdoors. When I start learning some better, like how to edit and stuff like that using computer cricket, this is all like very, very new to me. Like, not just the, obviously doing YouTube, but having to, figure out all like, angles and lighting. I know, most of my early videos, the camera I'd have it set lower so it'd be looking up at me, and I just, a lot of people are kind of like, yeah, it's just very, weird. So man, I'm trying to learn some stuff from you guys. Just different comments and stuff maybe you could do a little different, and very open to that, because I want to make this a good channel, like more than just good information. I want it to be entertaining. I want people to actually enjoy listening and watching. And that's why I want to start breaking up with the reviews, in the sense of start doing more fixed blade reviews. I have a couple, but there's a few I really, really want to do. I want to do one on this, but I want to use this a few more times, get a little more acquainted, or a little better acquainted with it. But I have, so my favorite, I always say like Benchmade and Spyderco are my favorite knife company. Well, it's really more than that. It's, they're my favorite pocket knife company. But my favorite, I don't have any favorite, like, all the knives I have company. It's like, my favorite pocket knives are Benchmades and Spydercos, but my favorite fixed blades, honestly, are actually Pathfinder knives. The ones, everybody's familiar with Dave Canterbury. He has some amazing, amazing knives, but he, the guy was on, Dual Survival. He did, I think Dirty Rotten Survival was another show he had done. But he's written a bunch of books, and he has an awesome YouTube channel. But he also has a store. I mean, they do tons of classes and stuff, but he has a store where you can buy things. We can get stuff online. That's where I got the knife, and I also got a bunch of knife blanks. actually completed 2 knife blanks. One of them I still need to, like the handle I mounted and everything. I just need to finish that up, sand it and treat it, and make a sheath for it, and that'll be all set to go. And then I have one that I had already completed a long time ago, and I have another just undone blank. But I was thinking that could be kind of cool too, is maybe do like making a knife handle video. We can do, from just carving out the handle, getting it the way that you want it, mounting it, and even just make a little series. We can do like sharpen it at the end, and how to make a sheath, just different options and ideas. And I think that would be really kind of interesting. I think it would be cool for people who are new and getting into this kind of hobby, more than just, collecting the knives and using them EDC kind of stuff.
I'm trying to be a pain. Do you mind them? Can you? Actually, never mind. I'll come back later.
Oh, alright. I'll be done with this in a minute, a little bit. Sorry about that. Just my sister came out. I gotta start putting a sign or something on the door. But I don't know. I just think being able to have more variety, I think, would be interesting. And I want to hear what you guys know, what you guys think, what you guys would like to see. I'm open for, pretty much anything. I mean, I even want to start doing more outdoor videos of just stuff like when I'm going to the woods, different stuff I collect. I make a lot of my own, like the fix and wax. I used to treat, leather and blades and stuff and wood. I make that with animal fat and beeswax. That handle that I made for that first Dave Canterbury blank I got, I used birch oil that I rendered from birch bark using fire and everything. And, like, I don't know, it's just cool. It's just stuff I would love to, cover. Even maybe do some outdoor, like, cooking videos and stuff using different stuff. I don't know. I hope to, in the next several months or whatever, I want to really start getting into and doing hunting and stuff like that. Could even do some like skinning videos, or like, I don't know, because I've skinned a rabbit before, and actually I did all right. It was the first time I had done it, but I don't know, it didn't have any holes in the skin, so I was pretty happy about. I just took my time, was very slow and delicate, but something that after I do a couple more and feel more comfortable being like, oh, okay, yeah, I feel more comfortable showing people or whatever, because I'll actually know what I'm doing, not just, like I said, first time I'm doing it, but to be able to just show a lot of different cool, like, outdoor, gear and knives and stuff, of course, but different, like, skills, stuff that, just people can do, just even stuff for, like, if you're camping, going out, or, people are new doing, like, bushcrafting kind of stuff. That's what you were saying, the carving is a big part of that, I mean, not that, you're out in the woods and you need to carve a pipe. I mean, maybe. I mean, it could happen, right? Anything's possible. But, damn, just split out. Sorry, I carved that out. But, just put stuff how to, like, get more comfortable using a knife. Put that skill to work. It's something, I mean, it all happens, you camp and you say you forget your tent pegs, you just make them out of wood. I mean, alright, you can carve a stick into a point, but, with making notches, stuff like that, you can lash it up and good to go. It's just, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, because this was something that was just, like, on the fly, just in my head, and I was thinking about, I mean, I've been thinking about doing I just thought of the name today, the Let's Talk, whatever, before it was, Let's Discuss, but I've had the idea of trying to do a series like this the last few weeks, and then it just today now, in the last hour, it just popped in my head. I'm like, alright, I want to start this, I want to make this a thing, and I want to kind of bring it to you guys, you know what I mean? I'm not sure what the first one will be, probably be one of the Benchmade or Spyderco, like, let's talk about those, and I feel like I at some point too, I want to do a video about, like, the Pathfinder knives. I think that's actually what really made me start thinking about this, because, like I said, I have one complete one that I bought, from them. I bought it, came with the handle, I bought the sheath and all that stuff. But versus, I have 3 blanks, 2 of which are, already in knife form. They have their handles and such. But. after thinking about that, how I wanted to go about that, it made me realize, like, wow, maybe I can do this with other stuff. And that's why, I was thinking about, do I want to just sit here and just talk while doing all this? But, it's not, so I want to, maybe talk about this knife a bit, because this is a great knife. I really love everything about this knife. It is super comfortable. It's, not a typical puuko. You say it's more modernized puuko, generally, because those are actually my favorite knives, just in general, are puuko, like those carving Scandinavian knives. Think of stuff like Yamora's, Martini, Hella, companies like that. But Benchmade did their own rendition on it. So normally they'll have a Scandi grind, but it's a saber grind with the secondary bevel, but it carves really well. This is my second time carving with it, and does. Of course, if it was a Scandi, yeah, but that's what those are made for. But this, I feel like it's definitely gonna be a little bit stronger. Granted, I guess to a knife this size, what are you gonna be doing with it? It needs that much strength, but it's CPM 3V steel, which is awesome. It's a very tough steel. It's actually one of my absolute favorite steels. Up there with I guess 30V, and 3V. To anyone that knows, is a very tough steel. And granted, yeah, it might not have the best edge retention in the world, but with that insane amount of toughness, but still having good edge retention, and you're going to be using it against stuff like natural materials. I'm not going to be cutting through zip ties and whatever else, but stuff if you're doing food prep or doing woods related stuff, the steel will last forever. This knife, the steel gets insanely sharp, and it hold it for a good while, especially if you're using natural materials. So I think that was an awesome choice. And then the handle is really comfortable. It's this stuff called Santoprene. You can see it has, you have this texturing, and then just kind of reminds me of like a snake belly. You see like all like those ridges that go, but it has on the bottom as well. Lanyard hole, if anybody, I don't know, I don't really do lanyards, but if anybody does like them, it does have it. But the handle is very comfortable. I don't think it's the same as the rubber they use for, say, the Benchmade Freak. This feels like a little bit harder than it. I could be wrong, but I do like this a lot. And I like too, there's no finger guard. You can really just get your finger right up on there. I just think that's pretty sweet. It was a great knife. But so like I said, let me know what you guys think on that. I really want that to be a new thing. Do not like every video all the time, but maybe once a month or twice a month or so, we'll just have another topic, or just knife, for just let's talk about whatever. But obviously, of course, it will be mostly related around knives. It's the main point of the channel. But I wanna have some diversity in that too, though. But I hope you guys have a good day. Hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely love to hear any questions or comments, anything, or if you guys have any ideas, or if you guys have any topics you guys would like talked about. Definitely let me know. This is something I would love to be able to start having, just in the comments, starting up conversations. Just a lot of people talking, me talking to them, people talking to each other. Starting to form like a little community on the channel. Where we can really talk about any of this stuff. You guys, remember, please comment, like, subscribe, share, and you guys have a good rest of your day. Don't forget to check it out on Instagram at Gnarly Knives, and actually it's just Gnarly Knives on Instagram. But you get a lot of good stuff of what is up and coming and everything, and just a good way to reach me on there as well. But you guys, like I said, have a good rest of your day. Keep carving, stay sharp. Peace.